Hey, how's everyone doing? I'm doing well. I'm back at the park walking around the lake. But yeah, the reason I'm here is because I was supposed to go to the gym last night, and I didn't. And the reason that I didn't go is because the gym that I usually go to, uh, there were a bunch of cars there. I went at like 1:30 in the morning, and it's usually only like one or two people there. But yeah, there were a bunch of cars there. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go to the other gym, which is only a couple miles away. So I drove down there, and then I got like stage fright or whatever. No one was there. I think like one car was there, but I didn't see anyone inside. But yeah, I was just uncomfortable going to a new gym, so I turned around, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll go to my other gym. Like a half an hour has passed, so maybe it's cleared up. And then I like kind of drove by, and I'm like, well, maybe it didn't clear up, so I'm just gonna drive around the city and then go home. And my workout was just a legs workout last night. Usually I do like 20. My goal is 30 minutes of cardio and then lift after that. And now I'm doing like 20 minutes of cardio because I'm out of shape, but I'm gonna work up to 30. But yeah, last night I was only gonna do legs and not cardio. Yeah, whatever. Now I'm here because because I didn't work out last night. I want to get some exercise in. But also, while I was in the shower this morning, I had an idea about how to incentivize good behavior. Like, not just like good behavior as in like your boss wants you to do something. I mean like empathy and compassion and helping out other people that are in need. Obviously, money is the biggest driving force behind people's actions. Like, people want to make money, people need money to survive and all that. And also, if you don't have enough money, well, you're going to be kind of upset and angry at other people who get in your way of making money. If you don't have enough resources to support yourself or your family or anything like that. But yeah, I do think it would be beneficial to society, and I don't think anyone would really disagree with this, if other people were more kind and compassionate and empathetic and understanding to your hardships and your problems and the stuff you're going through. And also if they could help out in some way, like any way that they can. Because like the kindness and support makes you feel better, you know? And when you feel better about the world and the outcomes and what you could do about the outcomes and all that, you're less likely to get aggressive and do like school shootings because like some girl doesn't like you, or you have like parent issues or whatever. Because I think like a lot of that stems from, and this is like my personal experience with my own suicidal thoughts years ago and stuff. My stuff stemmed from not having any hope and not having any good guidance or direction or anyone that understood what was going on in my life. And it's not just like what's going on in my life, it's what's going on in society that makes my life the way it is and all that. So I do think that the solution isn't just to pay people to be kind and empathetic and understanding. You have to teach people how to be understanding and teach people how to understand the problems that people are going through, which is can be a really complex thing, especially if what you're going through and the solution to your problems kind of coincides or conflicts with another person's agenda or problems or whatever, or their vision for the future. So I'm not sure what the solution to that is. I guess maybe the solution is just to only be around people who understand you and have the same goals and visions and thoughts and stuff like that, because then you're not really around people that are against you. because once you're around people that are against you, then you're on edge all the time, and that's when you get like kind of paranoid, because like you can't really trust them, you know? You don't really know what their intentions are. But yeah, and like, who's really gonna give a shit about you and your problems and everything enough to actually research and understand what's going on and learn how to be compassionate and kind and empathetic and understanding and all that. That's a big ask from people, you know? And I think like school shootings and stuff, like the Elliot Rodgers stuff where he did that, was it San Bernardino or whatever, shooting because like some girls didn't like him or whatever. Like I saw his videos of him talking in his BMW, and I saw like Stefan Molyneux's analysis of it a couple years ago. If he just had like someone to show him like a way out, and someone to talk to about his problems and like his failures at talking to girls, and try to guide him to like the correct way to do it, I think that would have helped him a lot, to see that his failures weren't a failure with him, but a failure in how he was approaching things, and that he could learn from what happened and change and all that, and also explain like all the screwed up stuff that was happening with his family, all that. I know I don't know I forget the guy's name that did the most recent school shooting or whatever, but he had like screwed up family problems too. Family's really important, guys. Like you have to be there for your children before yourselves, you know? But yeah, that's a lot. Like I don't know if I told you guys, I know a while ago, like last year, I made a video announcing I was going to therapy, and I gave up on that therapist. He was really expensive. He would answer phone calls in the middle of our sessions, and he would dismiss my thoughts and ideas in front of the group when we had like group therapy and whatever. But I did find a new therapist that's half as expensive, almost half, and he sees a lot of the issues that I'm talking about and that I see and everything, and he helps guide me through my actions and thoughts with talking to girls and everything. Like I wouldn't have the relationship that I have with Victoria now if it wasn't for him. Just being able to talk to someone about my thoughts and stuff, and him to guide me through them, and me tell him my actions before I actually make them, and him give me advice and stuff. I'm so incredibly fortunate to be able to afford therapy now, because like a while ago, years ago, when I was really suffering, I couldn't afford therapy, and the therapists that the state provided weren't good at all. So, and also like I had my own problems too with not trusting them or other people to be able to tell them any of my problems, because back then a lot of or not a lot, but the therapists that I went to would just like dismiss it and say like, oh, if I'm like, oh, I still love this girl, I still really want her back and all that, they would be like, well, you have to get over her. And really, what good advice is that? That's not really good advice. But I'm kind of getting off topic. I think like the best thing you could do though is like, if you see someone broken down in their car on the side of the road, stop and ask if they need like a phone or need any help or anything. I know like some people don't have the time for that and are like rushed and all that, but I think that's maybe where you're like looking at the short-term benefits instead of the long-term benefits. I have no idea where I am. Like maybe that guy that's broken down on the road feels like he's all alone and no one can help him, and he's fighting like he's fighting life and everything, and then if no one helps him, he takes out that aggression and his thoughts on his wife and family and kids and all that. And then his wife and family and kids get all disgruntled and frustrated because they don't know what they did wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. So many bugs out here. I guess that's because I'm right next to water. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really have a good argument for why you should stop and help someone if you're busy, other than it just seems like the right thing to do. Like, stop and help if you're... But I guess, yeah, that's where the incentive stuff comes in. Like, if we could figure out a way somehow to incentivize helping people and being kind and compassionate and all that, then you would be more willing to stop and help people. The reason that I do it now, try to stop and help people, like, yeah, it's a nice thing to do, but I also have the resources to where like, I have enough money and I could take care of myself to where my needs aren't as important as other people's. Somehow I found a road. I came out from back there somewhere. So I just talked to the park ranger. I guess this goes down to a dead end, but I'm just gonna walk down it and then turn around if I don't know where I'm going or anything. Okay, so I lost all that footage. Well, I didn't lose the footage. What happened was my cycle got reversed. So every time I pressed record, I was actually stopping recording, and every time I went to stop recording, I was actually recording. And I never bothered to look at the red dot on the screen blinking to see if I was recording or not. So I left off trying to talk about how it would be accomplished. Well, first you would need a way for a blockchain to see acts of kindness happening. So one thing I was thinking of while I was at the park is that if everyone had an app installed on their phone, then say, like, I don't know, say you're at the grocery store and get something off the top shelf for an old lady. An old lady, I guess, wouldn't use the app. But then she can, like, make a confirmation in her phone saying, like, hey, this user did a good deed for me, and then that could get, like, uploaded to the blockchain. And then also I was saying that there could be, like, a reputation-based system which would drive users to be more kind, as well as similar to, like, an eBay score, and people can compete for, like, the highest number next to their name for the amount of acts of kindness that they did. But then I was realizing there's acts of kindness that happen when no one's around, or when you're not around people for them to interact with you. For example, like letting someone pass you, letting someone go ahead of you at an intersection or something like that in your car. So yeah, that's one dilemma for this. I haven't really thought through. I have to keep my hands away from my face. I haven't really thought that through, figured out a solution for that. The other thing is, like the money has to come from somewhere to pay people. And you can't just deploy a coin and give it to people who do good deeds, because there has to be an economy for the coin, and you're just giving out the coin, and who's going to want to buy a coin, you know? What I'm saying is there's no reason for anyone to buy that coin to keep the price stable, or to make the price increase, or I guess, I don't know if price increasing really matters, but what I'm saying is there would be too much selling pressure, and it would drive the price down of your coin. So of your token that you're giving out to people for doing good deeds. So I don't know a way around that. I'm sure if I thought about it more, I could come up with something, and then end up with even more roadblocks as well. I guess maybe being kind is sort of a tragedy of the commons thing, where one person is looking out for themselves in the short term instead of thinking about what's best in the long term. Because like I was saying before about helping the guy on the side of the road and not knowing why, having a good argument to helping people, that person could turn disgruntled and act out against the community. He could always feel like he has a short end of the stick and always has all these problems, and everyone's passing by and they're perfectly working cars and all that. So yeah, I don't know. That's the end of this video. I'm not going to spend any more time on this because, well, I don't think there's a solution to it. Maybe there is, and I just haven't thought about it too much, but there's like other videos I want to make and stuff. And I need to finish this one in order to do that. So take care. Thank you. Goodbye. Subscribe, like, and comment. Comment if you have any like solutions for any problems that I have. This video is terrible. I shouldn't even post this, but whatever.